She is one of Hollywood's hottest young stars.
I'm in awe of her talent.
And they were one of Hollywood's hottest couples until they split last year.
I think she's just a next level actor.
But despite the breakup, Zach and Florence Pugh have remained close, even going on a worldwide tour together to promote their new movie, A Good Person, co-starring Shannon and Morgan Freeman.
I don't know how to do this.
Takes work.
It was one of the best filming experiences I've ever been on. Zach created such a positive and safe space to be in.
Do you think we'll see you and Zach work together again?
God, I hope so. It was a blast. We had a lot of fun and we created something that we're very, very proud of. And, you know, the people that were involved in the movie, we made this family and we made this work and it came from our souls. So I can only wish that we had this experience again.
Absolutely, I'd love to. We just really are a good team.
But it was also an intense movie to film about two people who bonded over tragedy.
I want my life back. I want my child back.
Morgan stars as Daniel, a grandfather who's raising his granddaughter, and Florence plays Allison, a young woman trying to piece her life back together after her involvement in a car crash that takes Daniel's daughter's life.
Allison, don't run away now because of me.
There are thousands of meetings. I'll find another one.
Zach and Florence developed the film together during the pandemic lockdown while they were dating, inspired by his own recent personal tragedies, including the death of his friend, Broadway star Nick Cordero, who died during the early days of the pandemic.
I've lost a lot of people in the last 4 years that were very important to me. My father, my sister, my best friend to COVID. So when it came down time in lockdown to say something, what came up for me was writing about grief and loss and the friendship and the love that helps us move forward. And then, you know, I wanted to write for Florence.
What was it like, you know, writing for her and then also bringing her on as a producer?
Well, you know, we were in lockdown together and we were constantly talking over dinner, over everything. We would just banter back and forth. I didn't show her any pages, but I would be like, I'm playing with this new idea that XYZ happens, and she was always very supportive. She was never like, you know, why are you doing that? She'd be like, oh, well, tell me more about that. Why would she think that? And I'd be like, I think because of this, you know? And so it made sense quickly to bring her on as a producer because she was giving me notes and thoughts that were very valuable. She had the idea, for example, that the character cuts her hair off live on camera, and I was like, that's a continuity nightmare, you know, because we shoot movies completely out of order. So I said, you're gonna really chop your hair off on camera? We can't do that. And she's like, you're gonna figure it out. And we eventually did figure out how to do it. She cuts her hair off live in the film, and then of course she was writing her own music that she wrote in character as the character. She really helped with casting, and so it just made sense that to make her a producer on the film.
I'd been a part of the process from the beginning. I'd been having conversations with him as he was writing the script. He'd come up from the office and we'd talk about it. We'd talk about the characters and the arcs and where they're going and how they're feeling and, oh, maybe it should be like this. I was very much in the blueprint of the creation of the movie, and so it felt that when I finally was able to read the script, which he didn't let me read the script until it was completed, that I knew who she was. You know, I didn't need to do a deep dive on who she was. I knew who she was. I'd helped with her being created. She was written with my voice in mind. I'd cut so many corners. You know, it was like I was a part of it from the beginning because I was. So yeah, it just made tackling Allison that bit easier, and then it meant that all I had to do was breathe life into her and figure out how I wanted to approach her, and Zach obviously is an incredibly giving director. He allows the set and the space to be however you need it, and because he is an actor and he understands what it is that we need, it's an incredibly collaborative process, and he is very grateful for whatever it is that you give him, which was a wonderful space.
And that process plays out in A Good Person in theaters Friday.
Come on.